All right, everyone. So we're going to start by coming down to our backs. We'll start with our centering. Getting a nice, comfortable position. Getting out any little wiggles you need to get fully comfortable and settled into your mat. And we're going to take a nice, long, slow, belly-filling breath in. And slowly exhale it out. Nice, slow, long inhale in. Slowly exhale it out. One more nice, slow, long inhale in. And slowly exhale it out. Just allowing our our bodies to settle or to melt into our mat. Maintaining a relaxed but focused attention. So should you find your mind wandering, bring it back to your breath, back to your inhales and your exhales. We'll bring the soles of our feet together, coming into our reclined cobbler. And bringing our awareness into our hips and into our groin, and just taking notice if the muscles in that space are still holding on, or if the knees are able to be heavy, allowing the hips to open a little further. Any lengthening that you feel happening, just bring your breath into those spaces. We'll reach your arms over our head, allowing the arms to come down to the ground. We'll take a few nice, slow, long inhales and exhales here at our own pace. We'll bring our arms out into T position, palms facing down. Inhale the knees together. Exhale, lifting the feet off the ground, bringing the shins parallel to the ceiling. We're going to flex our feet so that we're pushing through the heels, knees nice and tight together. Big breath in. Exhale, let's drop the legs over to the right side of the mat. And we'll bring our gaze over the left fingers. Allowing yourself to release into the twist. Couple more breaths. Inhale the legs to center. Exhale, release over to the left side. We're going to bring that gaze or point our face over in the direction of our right arm. And again, really releasing, allowing ourselves to surrender into the twist. A few more breaths. Good. Inhale the legs back to center. Exhale, release into your happy baby, reaching for your ankles or your big toes. And allowing your full spine to connect with the mat. So we're allowing those spines to get nice and long here. We're going to lengthen our right leg. Still allowing a little softness into that right knee. And then we'll lengthen the left leg. Again, leaving some softness. So we're creating that letter V with our legs. We'll put a bend back into the right knee. And then a bend into the left. Let's bring soles of our feet together and then hug them in towards our chest. And give them a nice hug. Releasing the feet down to the ground. The heels are going to come close to our bottom. Shoulders roll underneath one another. And we're going to push our pelvis up, coming into our bridge pose. Couple more breaths. Good. And nice and slow, coming down one vertebrae at a time. When we get to the tailbone, we'll bring our knees up into our chest for a hug and give a gentle rock from side to side. Coming to stillness, we'll release our feet back down to the mat. We're going to come over to our tummies, centering ourselves back onto our mat. We'll reach that right arm to the top left corner, left arm over top of the right to the top right corner. And our gaze is at the top of the mat. So just waking up those shoulders. Sliding the right arm out, we're going to reach it over top of the left. We'll bring our arms out into T position. We're going to put a bend into the right knee. And then we're going to take that right foot, stepping it over the left side and allowing the left cheek to come down to the mat. Big breath in. Exhale back to center. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So this time, bend into the left knee. Left foot steps over the right side, and we're going to come down to the right side of our face. Big breath in. Exhale back to center. Hands come underneath our shoulders with our elbows tight to our sides. Let's inhale up to our full cobra. Exhale, baby cobra, engaging the biceps. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, baby cobra. One more time. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to child's pose. So we'll wiggle those knees to the outside of the mat, allowing our bottom to come between or towards our heels. Allowing the body to sink into our first child's pose. Stay here for a few more breaths. Okay, let's inhale those shoulders over top of the wrist. Bring our knees closer together. Lower down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to down dog. Let's take that dog for a walk. Coming to stillness, right leg, three-legged dog. Really reaching through those right toes. And we'll put a bend into the right knee, stacking the right hip over the left. Now you can stay here. If you want to go further, you can come into your flip dog or your wild thing. And let's make our way back to our right leg, three-legged dog. And step or wiggle that right foot forward. Inhale up to lunge. Exhale the hands to heart center. Couple more breaths. Right hands to either side of the right foot. Step back down dog. We're going to take that dog for a little walk again. Coming to stillness. Left leg, three-legged dog. Putting a bend into the left knee. Stacking the left hip over the right. You can stay here, or if you want to go further, you can come into your flip dog. Left leg, three-legged dog. Let's step or wiggle that left foot forward. Inhale up to lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hands come to either side of the left foot. Step back down dog. Good. We're going to come nice and wide into that down dog. So making sure those shoulders are wide away from the ears, keeping some softness in the knees. We're going to try and bring the torso closer to the top of the legs. Now soften up that down dog, releasing the knees down to the ground, making sure our wrists are underneath our shoulders. We're going to keep those toes curled under. Inhale to your cow. Exhale to your cat. And if you haven't already, pull that belly button into the spine. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to our tabletop. Inhale our left fingers up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, bringing the left arm between the right arm and the right leg, coming down to the left side of the face. For those of you that want a little more lengthening, you can reach your right hand to the top of the mat. Right hand comes underneath the right shoulder. Inhale our left fingers up to the sky. Exhale, release down to the mat. Inhale, right fingers up. Exhale, thread the needle. Right arm between the left arm and the left leg. And those of you that want more of a stretch, reaching that left hand up to the top of the mat. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. Inhale, right fingers up to the sky. Exhale, release down to the mat. So just seeing where you are on the mat, make sure you're kind of centered. I realize I've got to move myself up forward a little bit. We're going to extend that left leg behind us, trying to keep our hips parallel. Push through that left heel. Right hand comes forward, coming into our pointer dog. Right hand comes down to the ground. Left hand reaches up for the sky. Push through that heel. Pushing through the heel will really help with your balance in these poses. Good. And then we're going to take that left elbow and bring it to the left knee. So we're going to connect them, one, and extend. We're going to do 4 more. 2, 3, 2 more, 4, and 5. Release that left foot down to the ground. Left hand comes down to the ground. We'll rotate our hips over, releasing the left knee. So same thing on the other side. Right leg extends behind us. Really trying to keep those hips parallel. Left hand comes forward. Left hand comes down to the mat. Right fingers reach up for the sky. So pushing through that right heel. Right hand down to the ground. Release the right foot. And then we'll bring our right foot back with our left, toes curled under. We're going to sit our bottom onto our heels. Good. Hands come behind the back. Gently, we're going to pull those hands down towards the bottom, trying to open up those shoulders. Good. Hands come to the top of our legs. Nice, long, tall spine. So imagining that we have that rod going from our tailbone all the way up to the crown of our head. Big breath in. Exhale, drop the chin down to the chest. Left ear over to the left shoulder. And then drop that chin down, right ear over to the right shoulder. And release the chin down to center, bringing our head to center. We're going to step our right foot forward, and then our left will join as we stand up into our mountain pose. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Let's walk our feet to the width of the mat as we come into our rag doll, allowing the head and the neck to become heavy. Couple more breaths here. And we're going to inhale up to our chair pose. Exhale, sitting a little further back into the chair. Beautiful. Bring our hands to heart center. Nice and slow, we're going to come down into our squat. Elbows to the inside of the knees. And nice and slow, we're going to inhale back up to chair. Exhale, keeping a nice bend into those knees. Good. Big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center as we come back down into our squat. Good. Hands come down to the ground. Let's step back into our down dog. Roll forward into plank. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Let's hop or step forward. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath. As we're taking a breath, let's see where we are centered in our feet. Just feeling them out. Rolling from front to back or side to side. Coming to stillness. Our right foot comes to the inside of the left leg. Gaze is forward facing. Nice long spine. When we come into our tree pose, we want to feel like we're trying to push our crown up to the sky. As we do that, it'll pull the belly button into the spine. It also helps with your balance. Big breath in. Exhale, stepping the right foot back. We're going to come into our warrior two. Beautiful transition. Good job. Big breath in. Exhale to triangle. Left fingers down to the mat, right up to the sky. Keeping some softness in that left front knee. Big breath in. Exhale, reverse warrior, bend back into the left front knee. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale the breath out. Inhale, warrior one. Hips forward facing. Nice and strong. Big breath in. Exhale to warrior three. So transferring that weight to that left front leg. Hands can either be straight out in front to heart center or down by your sides. And we're going to inhale that right foot back to the left calf into tree. Good job, everyone. Release that right foot. That was a lot of balance. So good work. Good work. Good job. All right. Let's find that balance again. Let's find our feet. All right. This time the left foot comes up to the right calf. Hands back to heart center. Pushing the crown of the head all the way up to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale the left foot back into our warrior two. Big breath in. Exhale to triangle. Right fingers down, left up to the sky. Very nice. Big breath in. Exhale, reverse warrior. Bend back into the right front knee. Beautiful. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale the breath out. Big breath in. Exhale, warrior one. Get nice and strong here. We're going to come forward into our warrior three. I like my hands at heart center. So personal preference. Push through that back left heel. And we'll come back up into our tree. Release the left foot down to the mat. Very nice. Good job, everyone. Good job. All right, let's leave a little space at the top of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Step back, down dog. Roll forward into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Looking between our thumbs, we'll hop or step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale to heart center. Good. We're going to do our Egyptian legs again. So we'll take that left leg, bringing it slightly back. So keeping those toes forward facing. Good. Perfect. Hands come behind our back. Keeping that nice long spine. And we're going to slowly start hinging forward from our hips. Keeping some softness in the knees. Right away, you're going to feel like your knees want to lock. To try and keep some softness. Nice flat back. Good. And let's release the hands down to the mat. You can allow a curve to come into the spine. You can soften the knees a little more if you need to. Inhale the arms up to the sky as if we're coming up into a warrior two. And then exhale the hands to heart center. Left foot up to the right calf, coming back into our tree. And our left hand's going to reach down for our left foot. We can stay here if we want, or you can wrap your hands around your knee, whatever is easiest. If you want to go further, you can come into your Supta Padangusthasana or hand to big toe pose, stretching that left leg out. Good. Release the left foot back into tree. Good job. And release that left foot. Let's give that right leg a shake out. You guys are doing amazing today. All right. Feet are hip width apart. Right foot comes back into those Egyptian legs again. Toes are facing forward. Hands come behind the back. Nice long spine. And slowly start hinging forward, keeping that flat back. Keep some softness in those knees. And release our hands down to the mat. You can put more softness into the knees if you need to. Inhale our arms up to the sky as if we're coming into a warrior one. Exhale the hands to heart center. Right foot to the left calf. Good. And we're going to take that right hand, reaching down to that right foot. You can stay here. If you want to go further, you can come into your hand to big toe pose. Nice and controlled. Release that right foot to the left calf. Coming back into our tree. And release the right foot back down to the mat. Let's give both legs a little bit of a shake out here. Inhaling arms up. Exhale, fold. Step back to our down dog. Good. And again, we're going to try and bring that torso closer to the tops of the legs. Let's bring our knees to the width of the mat as we come back down into our child's pose. As we're in this child pose, tune into your spine, allowing that spine to melt, to become soft, allowing your hips to sink. Really using this as a restorative pose. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. Push ourselves up into kneeling. So we're just sitting our bottom back onto our heels. Spine is nice and long. Let's bring one hand to our tummy, one to our heart center. Shoulders are away from the ears. Take a nice, long, a gentle belly filling breath in. Slowly exhale it out. Nice, slow, long belly filling breath in. Out. One more. Nice, long, gentle belly filling breath in. Exhale it out. Come over to our bottoms. Bring our legs out nice and wide. For those of you that may still want a bit more of a stretch through your calves and your hamstrings, you'll push through your heels just to get a little extra lengthening. If you feel like you've had enough lengthening, that's okay. Just allow your feet to become soft. We're going to inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold, reaching the hands towards the feet or onto the feet. You can allow curve to come into the spine. And as you go through your inhales and your exhales, just taking notice that on your exhales, if you're going a little further or a little deeper into the pose. More breaths. We're going to release our hands down to the ground. We're going to reach them out forward in front of us onto the mat. And we'll use our hands to walk us back up to center. Inhale the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, around and back. You're dropping those shoulders. One more time. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, around and back. Feet come forward, coming into staff pose. This time we're all going to push through our heels. Hands come down to the ground. If your hands don't quite reach, you can always come to a fist as well. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reaching our hands towards our toes. This time I want you to keep that spine nice and long. I'm not worried about how far forward you get. Just keep the spine long. Inhale up to center. Exhale the breath out. Now I know you're probably facing a different direction on your mat, so if you want to turn directions, you can. If you're comfortable in the direction that you're in, you can stay where you are. And we're going to come down to our backs. And we're going to allow everything to come heavy. Finding the most comfortable position for you as we get ready to come into Shavasana. Staying in stillness. Gently bringing your awareness back to your breath, back to your inhales and your exhales. Bringing gentle movements to your fingers and your toes. A nice, long, gentle belly-filling breath in. And exhaling the breath through your mouth. When you're ready, you'll come over to your right side. And as we come over to our right side, we'll bring our awareness to our heart center. We'll think about something that made us happy today. Could be big or small, could be a good cup of tea or coffee. Maybe somebody held the door open. And we'll think about that happy feeling and we'll allow it to grow in our heart center. Allow that feeling to grow into joy. We'll bring that feeling of joy and happiness down to the tips of our toes, to our fingertips, and to the crown of our head. We'll allow that feeling to radiate and to grow, to allow a smile to come to our face. We'll take another slow, long inhale in. And exhale it out. And we'll push ourselves up into seated. And bringing our hands to heart center, giving ourselves thanks for making time for our practice today, making time for ourselves. And thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. Thanks, everyone.